All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Fat Man Getting Fit. Today we're discussing the fact that I'm a diabetic and I have to take my blood sugar. And this is a Novamax device here. You know, I'm not demonstrating this, I'm just taking my blood sugar. I have to do that. And I mean, I spent 5 days in the hospital because I was injured. It got infected. And, here I am. Now, when I was first diagnosed as a diabetic, I weighed 415 pounds. And I have dropped 65 pounds since then. All right. This object is called a lancet. There is a small needle that will puncture my flesh in order to draw a drop of blood. It is recommended that you prepare the lancet before the blood meter because these will time out if it takes you too long to get blood to them. You put the test strip in for this particular one blue side up as opposed to gold side. And if you did it properly, the meter should come on and display a blinking red droplet. So, I'm doing this, of course, one-handed. Not as easy. Alright. Beeps, that's a good sign. I have gotten the top bloody there. 216 is my blood sugar for today. Now, I am not taking medication at this particular moment. Okay, and I do want to write this down. So there we are. And another thing you should be aware of is that this constitutes medical waste. So what I have here is a solution container for cleaning this wound. This was given to me at the hospital. And I'm using it as what we call a sharps container. I'm placing in it the sharp objects and the medical waste, and then I believe I turn it into the hospital when I'm done, but I've never had to do that before. Not really generating a lot of waste here. Yeah. That was a thing. I lost my original blood sugar monitor, which was a better quality monitor, so I'm a little annoyed at that. I mean, the case for this, it's really hard to close when you've only got one hand to work with, But, this is an aspect of my life. Now, 216 is high. It's lower than my average, so it's not bad. And the doctor said, ironically, that after the operation on my thumb here, my blood sugar should be high. It's normal for it to be high. It's not ideal, but it's normal. And the reason for that is apparently stress raises your blood sugar, which is why I wound up in the hospital to begin with, because I thought my diabetes was under control. My blood sugar was elevated, but it wasn't terrible. And then I was injured, and I had more difficulty preparing food for myself, so I ate food that was not as good for me. And eventually, I got sick. It caused an infection to take hold that otherwise my body probably could have fought off. And that's why they had to cut me open. So yeah. The whole point of this channel was to start at zero. To start at somebody in bad health because, being in bad health is the position I'm in. So going to somebody with six-pack abs who's going to say you need to work out 6 times a week is just not realistic. Okay? The weightlifting or the exercise journey, the becoming healthy, is something that I have to find what works for me and you have to find what works for you. It's just one of those facts of life. So being there, doing that, well, it takes time, it takes energy, it takes research. Here I am, trying to get it done and failing, like most people. That's kind of important because if you find the person that found success, do they really apply to you? I don't know. We all kind of struggle. Well, people like me all kind of struggle with our weight. I'm trying to be healthier. But do understand, the larger you are is not the issue. With diabetes, what essentially happens is the body stops taking in carbohydrates. All right? That's what the insulin does, is it brings the carbohydrates as fuel into your cells, where if you're big, it often gets laid down as fat. My body has said, we're not going to do that anymore. You're too damn fat. So in order to combat this, I don't need to be skinny. I need to be bulky, muscular, packing on the protein, packing on the muscle, packing on the beef, so to speak, is what will counteract this condition. I'll never be normal again, but then I'm a lot older. I'm never going to be 35 again either. Anyway, thank you for sharing this moment with me. I'm Richard.